Hi, I'm Shana Fannon, interior designer and advocate for connection, and this is Goodbye Design, a show about what defines us as individuals and how that influences what we create. Today, we welcome Paul Facenda, general contractor, carpenter, and photographer. Hi, Paul, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good. I would love you to talk a little bit about who you are.
I started photography back in 1980 and had a pretty successful career with that. And then the industry changed and went to digital. I went to my second love, which was carpentry. Similar to photography, where you create something that is in your mind, it's just, it becomes reality. So my ultimate goal is to make all my clients happy.
I would think that having that background in photography and being able to, look through the lens and be able to create that picture really helps facilitate you being a contractor, because you're able to kind of understand that picture that you're creating as an artist. I'm sure you didn't just wake up one day and say, okay, today I'm going to be a contractor. So what did that look like?
I've always done woodworking since I was a kid. So my father was handy around the house, and he did do some carpentry work. So that's where I really learned it. When I built my photography studio, I did the majority of the renovation. It was always there. It's just that when I decided to become a contractor, it took a while, but
yeah, it always does.
Yeah.
Starting a business takes a while, it takes time. And it also takes time, I think, for that mental shift for people, who have created that mental model around, okay, Paul is a photographer, just switch that to Paul is also a contractor,
Right.
And to kind of, we stick ourselves and we stick other people in categories. It just helps us to classify people in our mind. And I think, it takes time for people to make that shift and say, oh, you know what, actually, Paul is also this other thing, and he's just a creative person and able to do all these incredible things. So now you're working on what kinds of projects? What is your favorite kind of project to work on as a contractor?
A lot of the hands-on type of work. I mean, I do kitchen renovations and bathroom renovations. Actually, Monday, I'm starting a new project, a handicap bathroom for someone that you can literally wheel a wheelchair into the shower area. So that's going to be a fun project. It's a little bit challenging, some logistics and things have to go into the foundation part of the project in the beginning, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Other projects that I like, I'm working on a sign right behind me over here. It's for a community, and it's a 4 foot by 3 foot hand carved sign that I made for a community. So it needs to be stained and painted at this point.
It's beautiful to be able to, work with wood that way, to be able to, create these beautiful things from signs and bowls and all these other things and be able to have that creative outlet. I think, being a contractor, sometimes, people, they kind of know what they want, and maybe you're working with a designer, maybe you're not working with a designer, and you're just trying to translate what they need into, this design, and you're building it for them, but being able to, then tap into that artistic side of your brain and be able to, create beautiful bowls or whatever it is that you want to carve. That's a great balance to, having to create these structures that follow rules and, do all the things and then be able to go back and carve something, beautiful.
It's a group effort. I mean, between the client, myself, a designer, an electrician, a plumber, everybody that's involved with projects, it's a group effort. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it takes everybody. And what I've learned over the years is that, you look at somebody and you think, oh, he's a plumber, and you kind of put them, in this category of, they're going to do these things. But what I've learned is that, when you ask questions of these experts who have been doing it for years and years, they've seen lots of things and they have great ideas that can be, used as part of a project. If you're willing to tap into it and you're willing to ask them the questions. And that's not true for everybody, because not everybody feels comfortable, giving that kind of advice, but there's lots of great contractors out there who have really great ideas and can help contribute to a project.
And yeah. You're always learning too. You're always learning.
Oh yeah, you have to be. You have to be willing to learn. Everybody has to be willing to learn and do something new. Yeah. So, Paul, you're in your woodworking shop. is this the spaces you go to when you're carving things, when you're creating this space mean to you, and how do you use this space for your work?
Well, I use it a lot of, if I'm building an entertainment center or cabinets for somebody, I obviously do it in here. I assemble everything, make sure it all fits together correctly. Then I bring it to my painter. My painter paints it. Then I bring it to the client's home and do the installation. But for smaller projects like bowls and signs and things, it's just, it's like a workshop studio. It's my creative space, and I love it here. Every time I'm in here, it's something new comes out, and that's what's fun.
Yeah, and having all those tools right at your fingertips and kind of being sequestered with them and being able to like play, and I think probably move from one machine to the next, or be able to hand carve or whatever it is. Having all those tools there, I'm sure that helps facilitate the process, so that you're not having to pause when you're in your flow. You're just able to go and do all the things you need to do that are going on in your head.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, which is great. So Paul, if people want to get a hold of you, they want to work with you, they're interested in having you do any work really, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Facebook page, Paul Facenda Carpentry, and then my personal page is Paul Facenda. That would be a way to get a hold of me and see some of my work, or just give me a call. Your email is always the best thing. So Facenda Photo, Facenda, and then photo, PHOTO, @mac.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much, Paul, for coming on and telling us a little bit about what you do.
Take care.